Take it down!
B-127, you're a traitor and a coward.
Why isn't he fighting back? Why don't you fight?
Leave him alone, please!
Hit it again!
Stop! Stop it!
Charlie, honey, look,
I didn't steal anything, and he doesn't belong to them. War Machine, I don't know what he is, but he's my friend. Completely fine, okay? You have to believe me, please. I didn't steal anything.
Stop. Just go to your room.
I stole things, too. I stole a box of Malamars once.
Stop it! Why would you do that? Let go of me!
Just make yourself at home. And these are actually like my sister's stuff. She likes playing pranks, like putting her...
Pouring into town as part of what we are told is a routine military exercise.
I'll take point. No, you won't.
Come on.
No, Otis.
But I can help. Master...
Hell yeah, you are. Let's do this.
Talk!
Who is Optimus Prime?
This doesn't concern me.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
It's a terrible idea, but I gotta try it.
Can I?
His memory cell.
We will fight on. Regroup, rebuild, and retake our home, the planet. If the Decepticons find it, then our people are truly finished.
They're all coming here. This is our chance to wipe out the Autobots we sent to bring an army.
Burns, we made a terrible mistake. An army? They're gonna kill us all.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Where's the crazy glue? Nice. Reel still works.
Where's your sister?
Charlie has fallen. Mom, please stop, stop.
Charlie!
Mom, there is no reason to go. Mom, stop.
Quit it, Otis. Otis?
I almost forgot.
I didn't.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Charlie.
You gotta wake up, babe. You gotta wake up. The gun.
What?
The electric gun. Get it. I can fix you. Come on, give me the other one. I can't lose you too. Please, me!
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Come on, baby, I get you.
Charlie, there's like a million guys. We've got bombs. We gotta go.
Hey, come on.
Charlie!
Mama.
Easy. Come on, kid.
Hey! No! Big!
Take it down!
No, stop! My back, Bee! Bee!
Can't stop! It's a machine! Oh, shit.
You remember? Oh, God. We gotta get you someplace safe. We stop, they will kill. Then we fight.
I'll go on. I'll buy you some time with these guys.
Kiss me?
On the cheek.
Still counts.
Well, that didn't work.
We're really looking at getting seatbelts.
Could be a high-speed chase underway just outside McKinnon Air Base.
Go right, go right.
No, sir. No, sir.
Charlie! Mom! You have to trust me, please!
Get out of the way!
I got it. I got it.
Whoa!
Is everyone okay?
Otis, are you all right?
That was radical.
Preparing satellites to transmit our message.
This is the plan? I'm actually talking. And you're listening to the Smiths. Be careful. How the hell am I gonna get up there?
You think these little chains can hold?
No! I kill her! You kill us both!
get out of here.
Thank you.
What's going on?
World's already been saved, kid.
Cool.
TV series are as popular as movies today in every way, including the sequences, characters, storylines, budget, fight choreography, basically just everything. Here's a list of the most epic fight scenes in TV series this year. Hopefully you'll enjoy reliving the moments one more time. To kick us off at number 10, we have Sunny and Badgie versus the Blind Samurais from Into the Badlands. Into the Badlands lands a spot on our top 10 fights list thanks to their consistency in providing fast-paced, thrilling fight scenes. In this epic fight, we join Sunny, played by Daniel Wu, together with Badgie, played by Nick Frost, as they face a group of blind assassins. The scene begins when they stealthily take down two of the guards in the rear of the group, but a collapsing body alerts the other blind samurais. This leads to a scintillating fight involving intricate choreographed moves and mind-blowing stunts. Moving on to the 9th spot, we have Robin versus the Thugs from Titans.
Leave the drugs, leave the guns, and walk away.
In this new DC Universe series based on the comic Teen Titans, we're introduced to Detective Dick Grayson, aka Robin, played by Brenton Thwaites. In this scene, Robin pounces on a group of unsuspecting thugs in the process of a drug deal. As he descends from the shadows, the thugs seem unruffled by his presence. But this soon changes as his fast-paced movements and technique give the thugs a difficult time, and the fight proves to be a drubbing. We get to see Robin use his bow staff to good effect as his primary offense and defense tool. The fight is expertly shot as Robin proves he's a force to be reckoned with as he steps out from his mentor's shadow. At 8, it's Octavia versus crew members from the 100.
You're right. They are my people. But so are you.
Our next fight comes from the 100 franchise. In this episode, we link up with Octavia, played by Marie Avgeropoulos, as she goes on a rampage annihilating any tribe member in the bunker who doesn't choose one crew as the only tribe. The scene begins when members of different tribes express their feeling towards Sky Crew and their bemusement of the fact that Sky Crew had taken it upon themselves to lock the doors. She plays the role of a cold-hearted savage beast expertly, and this is quite a scene. Each and every kill the Red Queen makes is done with precision and skill. Though the scene is bloody, it's well directed and we see the evolution that Octavia has had since the first season. Just recently having joined the Netflix family, the 100 promises to give us something to look forward to. In 7, it's the Arrow vs. Samson from Arrow.
I know you made a deal with China White to have me killed.
The recent release of the 7th season is proof that it still has a massive following. The season starts off with the lead character Oliver Queen, aka Arrow, portrayed by Stephen Amell, behind bars. As we progress through the season, we see our vigilante hero encounter a difficult time in prison. One of those encounters sees him take on Samson, played by Cody Ronells, in a battle to determine who'll be the champion. The fight scene is simple and straightforward, but quite brutal. It also helps to remind us of the gritty side of the Arrow and that he never gives up in a fight. All along, fighting with a wound in his stomach, we see Oliver grind out a victory and even manage to threaten Brick, who's played by Vinnie Jones, by acrobatically climbing up the railings. In 6th place, we have a duel between Lyta Zod and Quexy from Krypton.
We never ask for mercy.
Krypton takes place on the fictional planet birthplace of Superman, with the show being based 200 years before his birth and the eventual destruction of the planet, and focuses on his grandfather. We see a few fights in this series, but one of the epic bouts is between Lyta Zod, played by Georgina Campbell, and her commander Quexy, played by Gordon Alexander. The scene depicts a passing of rights by the Kryptonian military guild as we see Lyta Zod challenge her master to a Kandorian duel. The fight is fast-paced as both fighters show conviction in their attacking and defensive motions. The battle's pretty brutal as the two exchange kicks and punches before Leiter manages to break Quex's arm and put him in a chokehold until he begs for mercy. The duel ends when she snaps his neck. At 5, it's Jesus versus the Walkers from The Walking Dead.
For once in your life, shut your damn mouth.
This list wouldn't be complete without a fight from the gritty drama The Walking Dead, a series portraying life in a post-apocalyptic, zombie-infested era. The scene takes place in a foggy cemetery filled with walkers. Now the tension grows as the herd of walkers continue getting closer and closer. As the walkers get close enough, Jesus and Aaron try to fend them off as Eugene tries to dig the cemetery gates free. The scene jumps up a gear as we get to see Jesus showing off his martial arts skills. As he strikes one zombie after another, we see the herd of walkers slowly dwindling in numbers. When he's about to strike down the last zombie with his sword, it ducks and slides behind him to stab him from behind. This move catches not only him off guard, but us viewers too, as we're used to the walkers being brainless opponents. It's an incredible scene as the smoke-filled graveyard creates a terrifying yet brilliant fight scene. The number 4 spot sees our two favourite lead characters, Danny and Colleen, versus the gangsters from Iron Fist. We continue with Danny Rand, aka Iron Fist, played by Finn Jones, as he fights off the evil organisation The Hand. As we follow the plot from the first season, Danny now has his goals clearly set out as he goes all out for The Hand's downfall. One of the top fighting moments to make it to this list is found in this first episode. We see the Iron Fist, accompanied by his girlfriend Colleen Wing, played by Jessica Hennick, fight off a group of men at the restaurant. Now the scene is memorable as it entails two parallel fights, one taking place in the kitchen of the restaurant involving Colleen, while the others in the dining area involving Danny. The director and writer pick up from where they left off as the fight scenes are thrilling, pacey, and well choreographed. The sublime movement from Iron Fist to showcase his martial arts skills is also quite entertaining and action-packed. At number 3, it's Daredevil vs. Bullseye from Daredevil. Another scene that'll keep your eyes glued to the screen is from Daredevil. In the third installment of the series, we see Matthew, played by Charlie Cox, facing one of his old-time foes, Bullseye, played by Wilson Bethel. Their fight proves to be a classic as the two rivals go at each other, showcasing a variety of fighting styles. Bullseye is dressed up in Daredevil's costume and our vigilante hero has to make do with a scarf as his gear. As the scene progresses, Bullseye bests him at long range as he turns anything into a weapon. Together with the Daredevil reinforced suit, it proves difficult for Matt to defeat him. The scene is intense and Daredevil doesn't let down his fans as his performance is memorable with explosive techniques. At number 2, we have Ghostwalker vs. Officer Ortega from Altered Carbon.
Are you a believer?
Next up is a scene from this science fiction series based on the novel Altered Carbon. In this brutal, epic fight scene, we see the creativity of the writer and director as the fight takes place in an elevator. The scene features Officer Kristin Ortega, played by Martha Higuereda, together with Samir Aboud, played by Walid Zouatir, and Mr. Lueng, also known as Ghostwalker, played by Triu Tran. It's exciting as the Ghostwalker employs the services of a unique weapon known as the Starfish to inflict pain on the officer. The crude weapon proves to be more than effective as it rips out chunks of flesh from Ortega. The scene is gripping till the end as Mr. Lueng runs out of bullets. It's also well choreographed and doesn't disappoint in providing action and thrill. And in the top spot, it's Sunny vs. MK from Into the Badlands.
Becoming gods, just as we were destined.
Saving the best for last, we see Into the Badlands get another spot on the list. In this scene, we see Sunny involved in a brawl with his young apprentice MK, played by Aramis Knight. Following the plot from the previous season, we see Sunny in search of a healer for his son, and this path leads him to run into MK. We're left anxious, if not excited, for the inevitable as the two finally make eye contact. As the scene sets up for an epic fight, Sunny is oblivious to the fact that MK now knows the truth about his mother's death. MK challenges Sunny as now his intentions are clear. The scene is fast-paced, but the performance of the two characters simply pulls you in. Sunny doesn't disappoint as he fights the dark side of MK and without any gift, manages to keep up and even hurt MK with his amazing combos. It's a fight that's well choreographed and you wouldn't pass a chance to watch it over again. So those are our top 10 TV series fights of 2018. What do you think of this list? If there are any particular videos that you want us to create, then all you have to do is just comment below and let us know. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so that you will never ever miss out on any of our new uploads. Don't forget, we'd love it if you'd visit our online shop. It's called the Regent Stores, and here you can pick up loads of clothes, accessories and merchandise, all related to your favorite TV series, games, movies, and even anime. You can find the link in the description. Make sure you check it out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the TV Regent.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. But trust me, we will. Wake them up a little!
When Red Dead Redemption was released in 2010, it was one of the most liked RPG games of the time. 8 years later, its prequel doesn't disappoint either. Gamers throughout the globe predicted it would be the best game of 2018, and it definitely delivers to that standard. With a detailed and solid storyline along with action sequences and interesting characters, we experienced a memorable game. So here I'm compiling a list of the 10 best moments of Red Dead Redemption 2 that are just impossible to forget. Remember, I'm not ranking them 1 to 10 because I feel every moment has its own importance in the story. So these are all the best in my view, without any specific preference. Before we start, if you haven't finished the game yet, there are some major spoilers, so you might want to complete the game first, then have a look at this list. 1. A bright bouncing boy. Firstly, I'll start with a mission that will raise a few eyebrows. The story is set in 1899, yet you can find wireless toys that carry ammunition. I'm talking about the mission A Bright Bouncing Boy. Here, our main character, Arthur Morgan, meets Marko Dragic, a European entrepreneurial inventor who's created some kind of remote-controlled boat that fires torpedoes. Imagine living in the 1890s and using a remote-controlled mini warship. It sounds strange, but it's a cool experience in the game, at least for Arthur. Anyway, moving on. Investors show up, but they doubt the legitimacy of this invention, so Arthur has to step in and steer the boat to prove it's not a scam. There are mini warships that need to be destroyed to complete the task. Once you've done that, you'll need to steer the boat back so it can be resupplied. Next in this mission, Arthur has to do the same thing to moving targets, but it's not much different. You can fire a little bit early to hit them as they come into the line of your torpedoes. Even after that, Marko Dragic fails to impress the investors and ends up empty-handed. 2. Visiting hours. Next up on the list is a stupid plan. Just imagine a couple of people riding a canoe to an island prison in broad daylight to free a prisoner. If you think this sounds like a stupid plan, you'll be amazed to see the tricks they pull to free John Marston from the Sisika Penitentiary. Arthur meets up with Sadie Adler, another member of the Van der Linde gang. They meet up at the docks where Sadie can be seen telling John's wife Abigail Roberts that she can't come. Abigail eventually agrees to stay. Arthur gets in the canoe with Sadie and the two of them make it to the island without any issues. He takes out the guard on the watchtower nearby and the guards near a barn who are with prisoners. As Arthur takes out the guards, Sadie exclaims that she can't see John Marston in that group. She asks the dying guard about John's location, but he says it wasn't John's workday today. While Sadie's questioning the guard, another one sneaks up and points a gun at her, but Arthur jumps in and takes him hostage. Now, the most amusing thing in this whole task happens now. Both gang members walk to the prison entrance with their hostage and ask for John Marston in return. Up against more than 50 guards, they walk in and get John out of the prison. In between, Arthur entertains with some funny dialogue. When the guards hand John over, they try to run towards the shore where they left their boat. A gun war between the three gang members and over 50 armed guards starts, but not a big worry if you have Arthur by your side. Still, in my opinion, this was a really stupid plan to execute, and I remember this mission as the most frustrating in the whole game. You should also be prepared for the repeated death of your character in this mission, but still, it was fun to take out dozens of guards with the slow-motion dead-eye kills. 3. Arthur Morgan's death. Spoiler alert. Later in the game, Arthur pays a visit to the doctor after he contracts tuberculosis. The doctor tells him about his disease. Nowadays, you won't find many people suffering the same fate as Arthur, but in 1899, tuberculosis more or less meant your death. That's exactly what happens, leaving you to take control of John as the new main character. Arthur's proven to be a rather popular character, and considering the amount of time it takes to beat Red Dead Redemption 2's story, it's understandable that players have grown attached to him. Some may be hoping that there's a way to cure Arthur's tuberculosis and keep him as the main playable character, but unfortunately, it seems impossible. 4. Archaeology for Beginners. In the mission Archaeology for Beginners, we come to know about Arthur's past. At some point, Arthur met a young waitress named Eliza, who he got pregnant with their son Isaac. It's uncertain what relationship the two had, but it can be deduced that they were on good terms. Eliza knew of Arthur's criminal background, but had accepted any support Arthur offered to her and Isaac. Arthur seems to remember Eliza fondly, calling her a good kid, I guess, as she was 19 at the time. Arthur would visit every few months and stay with Eliza and Isaac for a few days at a time. One day Arthur learned that they were both killed by robbers who broke into their home for a meager amount of money. The incident hardened Arthur and he never truly coped with the pain. So now we know one of the instances that toughened up Arthur Morgan. 5. Saint Denis Chapter. Now comes the bank heist, much like the one that took place in GTA 5. The task is to simply loot the bank and disappear in the wind, but it's not that easy in the context of the story. It marks the death of the first main character of the story, Jose Matthews. In preparation for the bank robbery in Saint Denis, Jose and Abigail are tasked with causing a distraction so the other members can rob the bank. The distraction succeeds, sending off a loud explosion and a plume of smoke. However, while the remaining members of the gang are robbing the bank, Jose is captured by Andrew Milton, a detective in the Pinkerton National Detective Agency, with Abigail managing to escape. When arriving at the bank, Milton holds a gun to Jose, proclaiming to Dutch that he's given them enough chances. Milton proceeds to push Jose into the middle of the street, shooting him in the chest and killing him, saying to Dutch that Jose's death is down to them. 6. Death of Lenny Summers. This is another death in the same mission, but this time it's one of Arthur's closest gang members, Lenny Summers. Lenny earned his place as one of the most important gang members and took part in several successful robberies. Arthur treated Lenny as his son or like a younger brother. He cared for him a lot. During the Saint Denis bank robbery, Lenny is unceremoniously gunned down by 2 Pinkerton agents during their escape on the rooftops. After quickly killing the Pinkertons, Arthur kneels down next to Lenny to briefly mourn before being forced to flee. It's quite a sad point in the mission, but it's what makes Red Dead Redemption 2 a great RPG story. 7. Debt Collection, Winton Homes. This mission is a real test of courage and reflexes. Getting inside a dark cave and killing a wildcat is never an easy task, even for Arthur. As part of the mission Moneylending and Other Sins 4, you need to find Winton Holmes and collect a debt from him. Winton's located north of Strawberry Town. When you ask Winton for his debt, he mentions that he's got no money, but he's found a white cougar that would make a valuable pelt. We follow Winton towards the cave. The cave is really dark, so you need to use your lantern to light up the place. And then Winton puts forward a stupid plan, but it's the only way you can execute the job there. You have to split up with him to prevent the cougar from escaping. So you're in a dark cave with a cougar and you're asking to split up with the only person who can save your ass. Seriously, you're inviting your death, and that's what happens. Winton ends up dying in the cave and Arthur kills the white cougar, skins it and takes the pelt. Poor Winton Holmes. Sell the white cougar pelt and that's it. The debt is recovered after selling the pelt. 8. A Fisher of Men. The Red Dead Redemption franchise has been filled with violence and lots of action scenes, but there are certain moments that highlight the emotional part of Arthur's life. One of those instances is when Abigail asks Arthur to take her son Jack for a fun activity. Arthur agrees and takes Jack fishing. Arthur teaches Jack how to catch a fish, but Jack gets bored and asks Arthur to take a break. During that break, while Arthur is still fishing, Jack makes a flower necklace for his mum, Abigail. Meanwhile, 2 Pinkerton detectives show up at the spot. Milton and Ross ask Arthur to hand over gang leader Dutch van der Linde in exchange for Arthur's freedom. The detectives tell Arthur about how they slowly and brutally killed Matt Callender, another member of the van der Linde gang. This makes Arthur extremely angry, but somehow he keeps it calm and waits for the detectives to go. He then leaves the spot with Jack and heads back to his camp at Horseshoe Overlook, the camp area for the gang, where Abigail is waiting for them. Abigail praises Jack's necklace and also asks him to thank Uncle Arthur. Arthur then visits Dutch and tells him about the detectives and the whole story and asks what to do next, but Dutch asks him to do nothing. This part surely proves that Arthur was a trustworthy companion and a caring uncle as well. Red Dead Redemption 2 has collected a lot of praise for showing different aspects of every character in their story. 9. Red Dead Redemption: The Mission. So the final mission has Arthur confronting everyone, including Dutch and Mika, and John emerges from the woods accusing Dutch of leaving him. Before the situation's resolved, the Lord descends on you, forcing the whole gang to scatter. Somehow Arthur and John manage to escape into the woods. They're followed by Mika and his men and also surrounded by the Pinkertons. After travelling on their horses for some time, their horses get shot in a gun battle and they have to escape on foot. They realise they've left the treasure behind, but John refuses to go back. That's when we get the alternate endings. Firstly, I'll tell you what happens if you help John escape. So we chose to help John, follow him along the rocks, shooting men as you go. You'll go a long way before Arthur's lungs refuse to cooperate. He convinces John to continue, giving him his hat and pouch of belongings. As John gets away, start shooting the oncoming Pinkertons from below. After killing enough of them, Mika will join the fray, somehow thinking it's more important to jump on Arthur and start a fight. Arthur pushes him over the ledge but falls with him to the floor below. Both get up and start fist fighting. After a fierce fight, Arthur finds his revolver at a certain distance from him. While crawling towards the gun, Mika is seen shouting, "You can't reach there! As soon as you get to it, Dutch will step on your hand." After trying to convince him that Mika's a rat, neither will concede. They both leave in opposite directions, just leaving Arthur there to die. What a sad ending to a great man's life. 10. Alternate ending. So now I'm going to discuss the alternate ending. When both Arthur and John realise the treasure's been left behind, we let Arthur go back for the treasure and leave John to flee on his own. Choosing to get the money ends with you fighting Mika as well, except this time back in the caves. John still gets away safe, however instead of being left to die by Dutch and Mika, Mika ends up shooting Arthur in the face and laughing about it. So I would advise you to select the first ending as it's much more respectful for Arthur in the end. Either way, Arthur dies and leaves us, as players, heartbroken. In the end, I'd like to say it really was awesome to experience over 80 hours of gameplay of this superb game.
When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over.
If there are any other videos that you'd like to see on TV Region, all you have to do is comment below and we'll try our best to sort it out for you. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you want to be up to date with our latest uploads, then don't forget to click the notification button. Just before you go though, remember to check out the Regent stores, our online shop where you can get some great movie merchandise, accessories and clothing. Click the link in the description to get hold of some amazing gear from your favourite movies, TV shows and anime. I'll see you next time on the TV Regent.
Searching. Cell 04.
Hello, Russell.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Don't feel bad. Even I can't show me. Talk!
My name's Cable. I'm from the future.
Just walk away.
Oh! I love dubstep! Is that a fanny pack? I used to have one of those in 1990. Never.
In Cool Runnings, it was when John Candy's prize bobsled broke. In Human Centipede, it was when the meet bottom.
Fuck your pudding.
Hello? I know you're in there.
Cool name. Superpowers?
I can distort electrical fields.
He's the Vanisher. He's not here, is he?
He may be running late.
Domino.
What's your shtick?
I'm lucky.
That's not a superpower.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Last but not least,
Peter. Am I getting catfished here, or?
Let's go!
This is Convoy 17, departing the icebox. We're en route.
Fuck with him.
Plan. Intercept the convoy, grab the boy, but not inappropriately.
A little turbulent up here.
We're getting close.
As a former X-Man.
Trainee.
Thank you, Bedlam. Laird! Hit it! Deploy! Oh, okay now. Oh, stage left, you idiot! Oh! Oh! Really? All right.
Time over the convoy. Where did the rest of the team land?
Good news and bad news.
Whatever. We're gonna lose them. I'm dropping in.
That's a negative, Soul Survivor. It's hard to picture, and certainly not very cinematic.
It's cable, 12 o'clock.
Okay, new plan. Use all of your imaginary tearing you open. He's going in through the back. Oh God, he's. No. Okay. Got it. No, I don't.
We got no brakes!
There's nothing I can't kill.
Here goes nothing.
That plan was written in crayon. Looks like Russell found a new friend. Jelly.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Russ, where are you? Oh my God! Juggernaut! Man, 183, Thor 411, X-Men Unlimited 12. You know, it is always. That is such a juggernaut thing to. Oh! Oh my God! What is that? That's not a real rope! You get back here, young man! I think we may have found your cosmic reason for being here.
I'm pretty sure this isn't it.
This family really is an F word. Oh, rub my legs, Mama.
I heard what happened with the convoy, and I... Oh.
I've had 3 tickets already. No, DP, not again.
Wow. Cool your pits. They're growing back.
I'm talking about your face.
He's standing right behind you, isn't he? You picked the wrong shithole to fuck, future boy.
Is that really necessary? I need your help! And trust me, I'm even less happy about this than you are, but you unleashed the Juggernaut.
He's doing...
Christ, that's disturbing.
30 seconds.
Man, that sucks that they didn't have anything in your songs. I really wanted to match.
Right here! I made mistakes. I want to take them back. You trusted me.
Trainee!
Say whatever it is you're here to say. Make it quick.
Right. Quick. It's the kid. He's teamed up with the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut. Who's like my favorite Marvel character.
Stay here in Chateau Divergent while we go get our fuck on.
Someone's coming. It's Russell, sir, and he's not alone.
Secure the children.
I got the old man.
Amen, brother.
Hey, meaning to ask you, what's with the dirty, disgusting hobo bear?
They say laughter heals anything. Except, of course, that. We should just cue the music.
Russell! You don't need to do this! Let's talk!
You should probably head back to the car.
It works best.
We're an abomination!
Gotcha!
You're not brave. Men are brave.
In a world with superheroes and supervillains, there's always going to be chaos. In this universe, superheroes are gods, and together they assemble to create the Justice League. But among all of them in the DC universe, only one can be the most incredible. Join me as we rank the most powerful Justice League characters in the DC universe.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
At number 10, we have the Green Arrow.
You want to fight the Green Arrow? I'm right here.
The wealthy businessman and owner of Queen Industries, Oliver Queen, kicks this list off. Using his skills to fight crime in Seattle, as well as alongside fellow members of the Justice League, the Green Arrow encounters various enemies. Keeping up with superhumans isn't an easy task, and we have to commend the Green Arrow for doing so, or should we say trying to keep up with his colleagues. With exceptional martial arts skills, inexhaustible wealth, and unrivaled archery skills, he has to cope with not being able to fly, tissue regeneration, or dodge bullets at the speed of light. He does manage to survive by employing a range of trick arrows though, with special functions such as explosive tipped, grappling hook, and tear gas. Moving on to number 9, we have The Flash. Like his colleagues, the Flash also fights villains who are keen to bring harm to Earth, and so he defends the planet with his abilities, which consist mainly of superhuman speed. What makes our masked speedster better than the Green Arrow is that apart from running around fast, he can use his ability to create powerful vortices with his body and vibrate at such speeds that he becomes invisible to the naked eye. He lacks the ability to fight in hand-to-hand combat and also doesn't have the capability to fly. At number 8, we have Cyborg.
Thanks, Alfred. But I'll take it from here.
Do I know you?
Cyborg is a founding member of the Justice League and is portrayed as a mechanical being, half man, half machine. After a near-fatal accident, Victor Stone was cybernetically enhanced by his father and has a rich dossier of superpowers. He has the ability to communicate and manipulate all forms of technology and possesses superhuman strength. Though not in the same bracket as other characters still to come on this list, Cyborg plays a huge role in the DC universe as his teleportation abilities are sometimes used to transport himself and the League to anywhere in the world. Mira comes in at number 7.
What?
Shouldn't we have written it down first?
I memorized it. Didn't you?
Now, most of her time is taken up as a supporting character to her husband Aquaman. However, Mera has abilities and strengths worthy of being a superhero. She possesses superhuman strength and powers related to her adaptation to living underwater, such as telepathically communicating to sea creatures. In one of her appearances in Justice League, we see her in combat against Steppenwolf. As an Atlantean, her major weakness is dehydration, as she can't stay for long periods of time without water. At number 6, we have Aquaman.
You really are out of your mind.
I'm not the one who brought a pitchfork.
Another founding member of the Justice League, Aquaman has abilities including marine telepathy and being able to swim at speed. We do tend to forget that his body has to be incredibly strong to withstand the vast depths of the ocean the Atlantis sits on. Now, he's been known to pack a powerful punch and has mastery of the martial arts. His weapon is known as the Trident of Neptune and holds a vast number of magical powers, such as the power to command the sea, basically making huge tidal waves.
Ride ain't over yet. My man.
In the 5th spot, we have a new superhero face on the screens, Shazam.
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
Billy Batson is a young hero empowered with gifts of ancient gods by a wizard. Whenever his human persona says the magic word Shazam, he transforms and becomes the superpowered Captain Marvel, aka Shazam. He then gains the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. He's still a young boy and lacks tactical skills, makes him more vulnerable.
You have bullet immunity!
I'm bulletproof. You're dead.
At number 4, we have the Green Lantern.
Wow. I know, right?
Hal Jordan, aka the Green Lantern, possesses the single greatest weapon in the entire DC universe, a lantern ring. Also known as the Power Ring, it's a piece of jewelry that grants the wearer incredible powers and abilities by harnessing willpower. The ring also allows the bearers to travel very quickly across interstellar distances. Now, the fact that the power of the ring doesn't allow healing makes Green Lantern inferior to the likes of Wonder Woman and Superman.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's life!
Moving on to number 3, we have Batman.
Where are you?
The 3rd spot goes to Bruce Wayne, the wealthy American playboy, philanthropist, and owner of Wayne Industries. Batman is a masked vigilante with a sworn oath to justice fueled by witnessing his parents' murder as a child. Now, he doesn't have any inherent superhuman powers, so relies on scientific knowledge and detective skills. He's a master at hand-to-hand combat and has inexhaustible wealth, which gives him access to advanced technologies. Having the ability to function under great physical pain and resist most forms of telepathy and mind control sets him apart from the rest. He may not be superhuman, but as a Justice League founder, he's a key part of the team and DC Universe.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
At number 2, we have Wonder Woman. Gifted with the powers of the gods and with similar abilities to Superman, including strength, speed, and durability, Wonder Woman's one of the most powerful superheroes in the DC universe. She's highly skilled in hand-to-hand combat and can also achieve flight. Apart from that, she comes armed with an array of advanced technology, including the lasso of truth, a pair of indestructible bracelets, and a tiara that serves as a projectile. She's a powerful, strong-willed character who doesn't back down from a fight or a challenge. And so, the top spot for the most powerful being in the Justice League goes to Superman.
Tell me, do you bleed?
As a superhero and founder of the Justice League, he has every power you can imagine, from super strength, flight, super speed, invulnerability, and even heat vision and super breath. Being a Kryptonian, Superman ages much slower than a human. And despite his amazing powers, it's usually shown that his strong sense of morality has kept him in check over the years, preventing him from becoming a superpowered tyrant. His effort in taking down Steppenwolf is testament to his abilities. His known weaknesses are kryptonite, which nullifies and incapacitates him with pain and nausea, as well as magic spells or enchantments. Apart from that, the Man of Steel can basically do whatever he wants.
Well, I believe in truth, but I'm also a big fan of justice.
Those are our top 10 most powerful characters in the Justice League universe. What do you think of that list? If there's any particular video that you want us to create, then comment below and let us know. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss any of our new uploads. Don't forget, we'd love it if you'd visit our online shop, the Regent Stores. You can pick up loads of clothes, accessories, and merchandise related to movies, TV series, games, and anime. You can find the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the TV Regent.
You ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them, and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing. I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others, and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore. I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds. Talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south.
Never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you could fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back?
Jesus. It's evidence. Ain't nobody gonna believe this one.
Haynes, come in, over. Here's that calf.
Haynes?
Lay up!
Told them how much I loved animals and that if NASA ever found a space animal, they should call me. A couple years. What do you call it, a predator?
It's a nickname. You know, the data suggests that it's...
Sports hunter.
Sorry?
A predator kills its prey to survive. I mean, what you're
Ship he came in. He's heavily sedated. Here. Our test results yielded something a little...
Hey! Cover down! Down!
George Thomas J.
Please observe decontamination protocol.
Come on, I got you.
Hey!
I got...
Retrieve any contraband.
Roger that, Stargazer.
In Nebraska! Got it.
Doc, the dreads. What's that all about?
You okay? Huh? Was your mom couldn't...
Sample.
Oh, there you go. You're welcome.
Fucking space dog.
This is it?
Oh my gosh. Come on.
Solid! Fuck!
Get
Daddy,
the fuck out of here!
Get the vehicle to...
Kill that thing.
You saw that?
McKenna, be reasonable. There's 6 of you, 7 of us. Walk away from this, Captain. I just want the ship.
Daddy's lying.
I came here to destroy this vessel. You cannot have it. Would you? He will be your leader. He will be my prize. I offer time advantage.
I'm gonna wake up on a bus. I'm gonna wake up on a bus.
What? No. We stay together. It'll take us one by one.
He's right. It's their MO. Road.
Got my shoes all picked out.
Good boy. Here you go.
Sulphur is being attacked.
Seriously? Oh, shit. It's gonna come back. You gotta catch her on the wrist. Let me see. Gotta be quiet. There's a clearing up ahead. Let's left some pyro out there to cover our retreat.
Oh, that's fine.
Can I talk to you for a second? What's this? The fuck was that? It's a chance for you to survive. Go. I got this. Asshole! Drop down! Alien! Come on. Come on, come on.
Light him up! Shit! Fuck!
Rory, I love you.
Hey! I'm the one you want! No! No!
Not you. Your son.
Yo, he's taking off.
Come on, man. Come on, come on.
Let's take it down! Come on!
I got you!
Guys! Something's coming!
What are you? Shut the f. Nettles? Coil? Nebraska's bad habit?
Roshi Yamada.
Sir.
But the first predator, he didn't come here to hunt us.
Well, he brought something.
Exactly. You want to hear the good? Jettison saved itself. Seems that our boy wasn't taking it.
Hey, you kiddo.
Pretty cool, huh?
Rory, what's in that pod?
Don't know. Oh, wow. Oh, shit!